to PolicyBox, an example for Strata Management or body corporate. I really liked this example. My own experience in working on and with body corporates really showed that a lot of the information that you have to wade through is highly complex, sometimes not recorded in the way that it's easily accessible to get to and think about. And I think this really helps people get to, I guess, a process where there's lots of complexity, lots of legislation, bylaws, rules that have been created, and ways of working within buildings in a really sort of simple way of doing things. So I'll start here. We're at the home screen. I'll move through this relatively quickly. And so the first thing I'll do is we'll jump into master policies. And this is where the documents are stored, or you'd upload your policies to. You can see that I've already got a policy in here already. It's a community scheme for a building that I live in. So this is the one that I was playing around with. And so I've uploaded a document. You simply just do that by hitting add new, upload a document, as you'd be really well versed in and used to. And that's the scheme for the building here. There's no legal or compliance opinions that we've added into this scheme as yet. And there's a master policy rule that I've added. This master policy rule, I've called it jackhammering. We all hate it when someone next door or downstairs or upstairs is jackhammering away. And so I've made a rule around jackhammering that says for all jackhammering, make sure that the builder signs a statement that say they won't start unless they've given residents 10 days notice. So that's just kind of a general rule that wouldn't be in the legislation or the plans, but we can add it really easily. You can always just delete rules or add rules. I'll go back one step to add a rule. It's as simple as just going add new rule, typing something in the context of the building. I will add another rule around building approvals and say something like for all building approvals, the resident requesting must ensure the supply, okay, to get a few spelling errors in there, the supply of insurance for each trade person attending the building. So you can add anything you want. I'll just tidy up the spelling in there. You could add anything you want. You could add rules around skip bins. You could add rules around approvals for dogs on premises or accommodation. It just depends on what you want to do. To add that rule, simply publish it. It's as easy as that. You can see you don't need any programs to do that. Now that sits within your policy kit. It's just a rule that gets referenced by the AI. So the AI will always check to see if there's a master policy rule that sits on top of the base contracts or the law that you can see there. Now that we've done that, we can simply show how we would create a matter. We'd simply create a matter by going into create new matter, and we'd select the master policy. In this case, we would select, we could probably select body corporate penthouse apartments. We'll generate a matter by asking a question and set out the workflow for approving a resident residence renovation. And I'll create a new client and just call it a penthouse apartment. Hit enter. That's now created that as a client. You can also attach a file if there was a document that you wanted to upload as your question. That could work as well. And now just to generate the matter, we simply generate the matter, and the AI will start to reference the documents that we've uploaded. And also the rules that we've uploaded as well. Now, in this matter here, we are going to reference one document only. You can have as many documents as you want uploaded into the system. It'll hold and store those there. You can see it's already working through it. It's adding the matter steps. It's adding another matter step. It's reviewed the policy context. You can see it's picked up on that rule that we had, collect and verify tradesperson insurance. Jackhammering notice statement. And this is really good that it's picking up all those rules. So all those things that people forget to think about, but only think about after the works have started, particularly in a strata environment, this gets captured really, really quickly up front. The better we write the question, the more exact the response will be. It's working through it now. Just for interest, the AI toolkit that we're using in the back end here is Claude, and a particular version of Claude. We spent a lot of time using multiple versions of AI to be able to get the best result possible. Took us a long time to get it working, in a way that can be really, really reliable. Okay, you can see the matter's about to complete. This is probably about as long as a matter takes, so it must be a reasonably big set of writing in there. And you can see essentially what the system does then is it outlines a process straight away or a set of steps that need to be followed. Really, really good for complex environments where you need to do particular things. So you can see it's got assess whether the works require body corporate approval, good starting point. Receive and review the renovation application and plans, collect and verify tradesperson insurance, picked that up. It's picked up the jackhammering notice, hard flooring, make sure that the acoustic assessment is done and compliance is, if applicable. So here it's gone through all the components of what you need to do to approve a renovation for a strata or a body corporate. On the right-hand side here, you can see the AI chat assistant has outlined the flow and its logic. It said, and it's related it all back to the parts of the contracts or the documents that it's making the decision on, so it's all auditable. It's giving it a risk rating score as well, so this is given it 6 out of 10. It'll tell us about the risk rating and why it's come up with the risk rating. It said renovation works carry moderate to high risk given the potential for structural damage, noise impacts, and other residents, common property interference, and WHS obligations. So kind of rank how important it is, so that if it's a high risk, you can take extra diligence, and if it's lower, you might be able to kind of skip past those and really work on the high risk rating. So it helps you decide where to put your attention. You can do things like remove steps. So I could go into the obtain jackhammering notice statement if applicable and just simply remove that step. I could change that step, or I could ask the AI to do these things for me. So I could say, please remove the jackhammering step. And so I'll just ask the AI now to remove the jackhammering step. So before we finalize our structure around it, we can play with it, manage it, make sure we've got it in the order that we want. We can also do things like split the individual workflow steps into sub-steps, because we might want to assign some of those sub-steps to certain people. Okay, you can see done. It's removed the jackhammering notice. It's done that, which is great. If we were to set that rule, that jackhammering rule, as a hard rule, it wouldn't have removed it. It would have said, no, I can't do that. That requires a higher authority to be able to do that. So it's got some really good controls in the system. On this screen then, I'm pretty happy with where we are right now. So I'll just simply confirm that matter. And actually, before I confirm the matter, I'll just show you, just say we've got a few people on the body corporate. I might want to assign that to someone specifically. So I could assign a step to a specific person. In this case, we'll assign it to Batman. And you'll see once I scroll down, that's been successfully assigned. And so long as that person's on the system, that job will be with them to undertake. I'll confirm that matter because we're happy with it. And now that's confirmed, it's now in a state where I could start to update it, complete elements to it, and ensure that it's being managed in a really nice, auditable way. If I want to make changes to the steps again, I simply just go in, click the reopen matter button, and that will reopen the matter again. Now, that's I think, a really sort of clever example of how PolicyBox could be used in the body corporate or strata space. So hopefully you log in, join, sign up, and have a go at it. And when you do, please let us know. We're really interested to see how it's performing and if there's some really cool ideas that you've got that we can add to the system. All right, thank you for listening.